For when the Pilgrims and the North American Indians sat down together in agreement of worshiping a God who's appreciating both of them. The Indians gave them land, and for that one day, they just laid down their arms and just loved each other with a Thanksgiving feast. Hey, I don't know about you, but that's what I was taught in elementary school. So before you go there, though, let's go to the pagan days. What year, what month, what day of the month does it fall this November? November 24th this year, right? Mm-hmm. Let's see what the holy day, because sometimes it's between the 24th and the 26th, right? Mm-hmm. So let's read the 23rd all the way through and show you how many holy days is during the time of Thanksgiving. Why? While you're worshiping Thanksgiving, the pagans or politicians are doing sacrifices on one of these days according to where they fall on the pagan Satan's calendar. Okay? Let's read the 23rd first.
November 23rd, St. Clement, Wayland. St. Clement's Day marks the first day of the winter in the Julian calendar. As patron saint of blacksmiths and metalworkers, Clement is an aspect of the Saxon and Norse godling Wayland the Smith. At the annual blacksmith's feast held at Burwash, Sussex, Old Clem was said to stand protectively above the tavern door. November 24th, Celtic tree month of Nagetl ends.
Celtic tree month of Nagel ends. So there's a Celtic tree month. Now, and tree also links all the way up into the Babylonian worship of Saturnalia. The tree is a prominent item.
Saturnalia is December 25th, by the way. Roman, Babylonian, pagan
within
day.
Celtic worship, right? Now let's get the next one. November 25th.
November 25th commemorates the will goddess of the underworld.
The will goddess of what?
The underworld.
So while you're celebrating Thanksgiving around that time, the politicians and the Satanists are celebrating the will god of the underworld. They're worshiping the gods of hell. Okay? Come on.
Known variously as Persephone or Proserpina, Kore, Arianrod, and Catherine, Queen.
Bible says Satan has many names and his fallen angels. That's how they get you. They change up their names and you're thinking of something else, same thing.
Queen of the shades, ruler of the souls of the dead.
Rulers of the souls of the dead. So while you're dealing with Thanksgiving, this is what your elite powers are doing. Okay? So you're holding hands around your family and all that, and they're worshiping and drinking blood to the underworld and raping and killing children in respect of Moloch, Satan, or Yahweh, another name for Moloch. Okay? And I know the Jewish people will never tell you this out in public, but they know Yahweh is synonymous with Baal. Okay? Come on.
It says it was formerly known as Women's Merrymaking Day, a festival of the celebration of women's mysteries.
Of women mysteries. Okay? That's what? That's Thanksgiving. But we know what Thanksgiving really is. Thanksgiving was a time of total destruction against God's chosen people. Okay? When they, which were the Romans, came over and killed hundreds of thousands of North American Indians. It has nothing to do with God, family, tradition. Now, I have a whole story on that, but I'm going to save that for another day. But all in all, it has nothing to do with the front of family and tradition that they're giving us. It's you ignorantly participating in a satanic ritual to the underworld. And in respect of the conquerors who killed your people in the Americas, who slaughtered Indians on a day in which the Indians were told to come for a peace talk. And for one day, the Indians laid down their arms. The Romans or the Edomites came armed and slaughtered men, women, and children. And for years, every Thanksgiving, they used to have the cowboys against the redskins. Up until the majority of the population began to wake up and say, well, hold up, man. This is total disrespect. So you're going to just celebrate destroying and killing these people, the natives, who are Gadites? Then they began to mix it up a little bit. And guess what? Their slaughter is written of in the Bible, what they would do against Gad. Let's go to Genesis 49 real quick and read it.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 19.
Yes.
Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
A troop shall overcome Gad.
But he shall overcome at the last.
But Gad shall overcome at the last. And as you can see, this is the real Thanksgiving feast portrayed through art. The Indians came, or the Gadites came, because Indians only mean savage. That was their word for terrorists back then. They would lie and call us savages amongst the Europeans. Okay? They slaughtered our brothers and sisters, men, women, and children on a day of feast. And every year they have you celebrating the destruction of your own people. The Bible says a troop shall overtake them. What troop overtook Gad in North America and in Canada? What troops? The U.S. Cavalry. A commission from Rome. From Edomites. Okay? But Gad will overcome at the end, according to the Bible. Let's get the one in Psalms. Come on.
Psalms chapter 55, verse 20.
Yes.
He hath put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him.
Everyone that was at peace with him, he hath put forth his arms against. Read.
He hath broken his covenant.
He hath broken his covenant. Every agreement that the so-called Edomites came and Rome made, and the so-called founding fathers and those that believe in the Constitution, every agreement you made with the North American Indians, you broke. Every one. Read.
Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Like they are now.
But war was in his heart.
His words were smoother than butter. That's their psychology. They'll speak to you like this, all soft and, all right, well, just calm down. Yeah, all right. That's total psychology. They're the masters of psychology. They'll speak to you soft, convince you and all that, and really war and death and destruction is in their heart. Okay? And our brothers, the Gadites, were caught out there. We believed that this was the last treaty that they would need to sign to keep some land within America, not realizing that Rome wanted it all. Okay? They were just going to move you until they move you into a box of control. One treaty leads to them pushing you further back. And another treaty, next thing you know, you pushed on a lot of land that's worth nothing with casinos. Okay? And each year, it's a shame on the natives' lands. They have a holiday commemorating their slaughter on Thanksgiving. In reverence of the will God they worship in the underworld. See? Why? They feel that Satan and the gods empowered them with the information to destroy their enemies. So what do? They make a monument and celebrate each year that God and have you participate with your own slavery and captivity and destruction. Every holy day has a meaning, brothers and sisters. That's what we're trying to really, really stress today. It's not just a day. There's days in which things are open and demons come in. All of this, and they understand how the earth works in the invisible. Okay? Every holy day has a meaning. The same way when we go into the Old Testament, every holy day foreshadows Christ. All of them have meanings. To understand the holy days is to understand Christ. Are you following me here? Come on, read it.
The words of his mouth, this is verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Smoother than butter, read.
But war was in his heart.
But war was in his heart.
His words were softer than oil.
Softer than oil.
Yet were they drawn swords.
Yet were they drawn swords, which led to the death and destruction of the North American Indians and their children. So when you eat that turkey, understand that headless turkey represents the headless North American Indian. Okay? When you look at that stuffing, make sure you understand that stuffing is what they used to stuff the head of the North American Indian's child to play football and kick it around for sport. Okay? When you see that cranberry, that red, that's the blood that was spilled. So even a Thanksgiving dinner is a ritual in celebration to the death of the North American Indians. The cranberry sauce is the blood spilled. See these people around the table? They're able to celebrate in an area the North American Indians had. And they're thanking their God, the God of the underworld, for giving America to them. Okay? Next, Christmas. Get it out of the pagan book of Rome.
Page 140. We're going to start with December 24th, which is the Celtic tree month of Beth commences.
The Celtic tree month of Beth commences.
The birch tree month, corresponding with the Ogam letter Beth, is a time of purification and new beginnings.
Purification and new beginning according to pagans. They told you December 24th is what? Christmas Eve. The night that before Mary had Christ. Total lies. Okay? The spring solstice of Astoreth. They claim that this woman came down and hatched in an egg on Easter Sunday. Astoreth, the mother of God, whom people ignorantly call Mary today. And they claim that she was impregnated without an actual father in ancient Babylon. So the child came during the spring solstice. And then 9 months later, on Mother's Eve, December 24th, she bare the God's child. Now, this story is ancient Babylonian. It has nothing to do with the Bible itself. Okay? And the Bible proves it. These are the stories they gave us in Christianity to hide their true worships. See? So while you're thinking you're dealing with Christ and Mary on December 24th, nah, they know what it really means. But spiritual people who are attached to the Bible and have some inherent connection to it, they needed to do what? Put biblical characters to their pagan worships to entice Israelites, us, into following it. Okay? If it's biblical, then you know our people, we're very spiritual. We're connected to the Bible. If we believe it's in the Bible, then it's okay. But you didn't read the Bible. They tricked you. Let's see what Christmas really is. December 25th, come on.
This is page 141, December 25th, Christmas Day.
December 25th, Christmas Day. Christmas Day. What happens on Christmas Day, Elder Lawyer?
The observance of Christmas contains many elements from a number of different religious sources.
Come on.
The many ceremonies and religious sources of the day make it the most important festival of the year.
Make it the most important festival of the year. In combination of many Gentile pagan festivals, right? And what it links to? Saturnalia, right? Let's read December 29th, 30, and 31st. Now, there's many days and holy days of worships, all between 25th and the 31st, which the Romans called Saturnalia. But the pagans have something to do on each of those days. Usually, it's a child being sacrificed. Okay? Now, let's read the 31st verse, New Year's Eve.
December 31st.
And how do you know this? You notice how the programming for all these days is normally aimed towards children? Did you notice that? It's usually aimed towards children. Did you know that? Notice that. It's not that Satan cares about children. It's to entice them, to keep them in this generational traditional curse so that they can give up their children to what? Moloch. So eventually, you'll be looking at it like, man, my children are not going to be left out. You'll envy out the oppressors and look at what the world is doing and feel, man, I'm sitting here sad. Everybody's celebrating on New Year's and everybody's dealing with Christmas and you feeling left out. That's a good left out, okay? Okay? No. It's best to even fast on those days than to partake. Let's read it. December 31st.
December 31st. New Year's Eve, Hogmanay, Asatru, 12th night. New Year's Eve, Hogmanay, commemorates the solar divinity Hogmagog. Traditional festivities include dressing in hides and horns of animals.
And that's what they do. The elite get together and put on those masks and horns and all that. Those are your politicians who you think you're voting in. There's no electoral system, okay? These people are bloodline of Satanists and wicked doers. Okay, it's generational. You don't elect anyone. They're Satanists, okay? Come on.
Traditional festivities include dressing in hides and horns of animals, guising, burning smoke sticks, hogmanays, to ward off evil spirits, and eating special cakes.
And eating special cakes, read on.
At the moment of the new year, doors are opened.
Doors are opened.
And utensils rattle to drive off the psychic vestiges of the old year and welcome the new.
I don't even want to say, they have a little chant up in there that people do. It's total wickedness, okay? Okay, they're dealing with open doors from our world to the spiritual world. And they understand this happens only a certain time of year. Okay? So what do the Druids and the witches and the sorcerers do? They'll go to places like Stonehenge. Because they understand when the sun is at a certain angle, that spiritual doors are open and all that. So they'll go there on those holy days to welcome in spirits that empower them, give them information on what to do in this earth, okay? The politicians and powers of this earth are being ruled by gods, all right, and demons. And their sacrifice in respect of power received is you. Are you? Okay? This is high-level understanding. So you may think it's just a holiday. No. This is a spiritual ritual of giving up yourself and your children to Satan. That's what holidays are. Right? Now, what do we have on holidays? Yeah. Oh, let's all get around the Christmas tree. Oh, look at that. Deck the hall with bells of, I would call, folly. fa la 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 la, a la la la, a L-I-E, right? The tree is actually in the Bible. Jeremiah 10.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1.
Come on.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
O house of Israel. See, our people had a special command. Hear the words that I'm speaking to you, O house of Israel. Now, you Gentiles, you always been worshiping Satan. Okay? You did it at the Tower of Babel. You're doing it now. So when you say it doesn't matter, why? Because you reverence and honor your traditions. Your traditions are Babylonian and satanic. So it doesn't matter to you. But we are people of law, honor. Okay? We're not heathens. We don't eat what we want. We don't do what we want. That makes us special. We love our God, the God of the Hebrews. Ahiah is his name. We love his laws. See? Which do what? It makes a righteous society, a righteous world, a world of righteous laws. And I'm going to show you how wicked and evil this world is. You'll put down the laws of the Bible, but uphold the laws of this world. The law or the penal code within your state. You got more fear for what the government will do against you if you break one of their laws than the laws of God. Okay? Let's read it real quick. The Christmas tree, the Yule tree that has nothing at all to do with God or Christ. Come on.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1.
Yeah.
Hear ye the word of the Lord. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
O house of Israel, come on.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
So the Most High God said, we are not to learn the way of the heathen. Heathen is synonymous with Gentiles. They'll always look to twist it into how it's okay for them to be wrong, because they are twisted. Okay? Listen, you must be twisted. Your answer to everything is, do as thou wilt. It doesn't matter. Okay? Make it an excuse to be wrong or evil for your own flesh or pleasure. That's twisted thinking. Or they'll try to philosophize. The Bible says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. You're not going to convince me that evil is good. Okay? Learn not the way of heathens. Heathens are people without rule or law. Gentiles. Read.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
We're not going to be dismayed at the signs of heaven. We see it all the time. We see when look, one star came down and it turned and make a 180-degree turn into the earth. We're not dismayed at it because we don't follow this garbage, this alien stuff they putting on TV and believe in UFOs and all that. We know that these are angels coming into the earth. So we're not dismayed at it. Oh, UFOs, is this life on other planets? You're dismayed at it. Why? Because you don't understand the Bible. We're not dismayed at the signs of heaven. When we see things coming in, the Bible says, as the days of Noah, then shall the coming of the Son of Man be. They were marrying and giving into marriage. So when they were coming into the earth and dealing with people and all that before the flood, they're doing it today. They're your leaders of politicians. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers, the workers of evil in high places. They have a place, a habitation in the heavens, and they come right back into the earth. Okay? We're not dismayed. We know what's going on. Christ have revealed the truth. The true battle. Not these peons that they put up as politicians or front pieces and teleprompt readers. They're not the real issue. They're not the real problem. They're just front pieces for you. Okay? The fight is on a whole nother level. We're not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the Gentiles are dismayed with them. Okay? We know what's out there. The Bible reveals it. Go on.
Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen are dismayed at them. They're totally ignorant to what's going out on the outside of our firmament. Why? Because they're not educated concerning the truth of the Bible. They disrespect and don't honor the understanding and the value of the Bible itself. That's why they're dismayed. They think they have the answers to everything and they don't understand anything. And if your light be darkness, like Christ said, how great is that darkness? If you're content with being spiritually ignorant of everything, how great is that darkness? So the Gentiles are dismayed at the signs of heaven. Read.
Verse 3.
Now check.
That's UFOs and all that. Because we know. The Bible tells you those are fallen angels. Alright. Metal, physical ones are the government, and they follow Satan to make it. Then the Most High is just like the orbs of light, the spiritual ones and all that. So
this out.
And it's essentially Satan trying to mimic the heavens and all that. That's where you get your craft, like your metal one. It's not the orbs of light.
The custom of the people are vain.
The customs, which are your traditions, your holidays, to God, they're totally vain. He could care less about your traditions and holidays. Because none of those traditions are to the Most High God. Read.
For the customs of the people are vain.
What custom?
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
With the axe, read.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
So they go cut up the pine tree, right, near the root, at the base, and they deck it with what?
They deck it with silver and with gold.
That's your Christmas tree. They deck it with silver and with gold. Come on.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
Nails and hammer.
That it move not.
That it move not. You notice each year there's a tradition in the United States where the president and the first lady decorate the tree and put a 5-pointed Satan star at the top of it. It's all Babylonian. The Bible says that custom is vain. And then you have preachers and pastors who claim they're following God in Christ, who are doing this before their congregations, and believe in their heart no judgment is coming. They deck it with silver and with gold. Read.
They are upright. This is verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but spake not.
But speak not. Why? Because there was an old Babylonian custom that the spirit of Nimrod would come into this tree that erected over his grave every December 25th. And in ancient Babylon, it was told to our forefathers that we must come reverence and put jewels and gold and all that under the tree, or the spirit would deal with us and attack us and destroy us the year going forward. See, here's the myths that came with Babylon. So through superstition, we began to follow this evil mess. The same way they'll scare you and scare children into say, if you don't follow this satanic dude here, that something is going to happen to you. When I grew up, they said, well, listen, if you don't go to sleep, Santa going to come into your house and put salt and pepper in your eyes. I'm like, what type of terrorist is this? But what they were really doing was hiding Satan, the true God of worship during Christmas, in Santa. You unscramble the words of Santa and you have what? Satan. He's the real reason for the season. They deck it with silver and with gold. Jeremiah 10. Read.
They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
Come on.
They are upright as the palm tree, but spake not.
Come on.
They must needs be born, because they cannot go.
Go on.
Be not afraid of them,
Be not afraid of them.
for they cannot do evil.
They cannot do evil.
Neither also is it in them to do good.
Neither also is it in them to do good. So the Most High was telling the prophet Jeremiah to talk to the people, let them know, don't fear the superstition and the aggression from the Babylonian government when it comes to this tradition and holiday. He told us not to do it, even though the Babylonians were doing it. Don't be afraid of them. See? But now we're living in a world that's pushing Babylonian traditions, Babylonian customs, and that's why the Bible says Babylon the Great is fallen and is fallen. It's become the habitation of devils. The daughter of Babylon. So if you want to know why America is called the daughter of Babylon, look at the dates of the holidays and traditions you're following. It's all ancient Babylonian. The Babylonians did it, then the Romans picked it up and called it a different name under Rome. And then eventually it became what we see today as America. And all the religion is still ancient Babylon in America and the Western world. They just gave it biblical names. Okay, and then right after that, right after this, right, what they'll have? Easter. Now, all these holidays, our people are peer pressured into following. If you don't do this, you're not a good parent. Okay, you're neglecting your child. What about the child? Listen, the best love you can give to your child is truth. That's the greatest love you can give to them. Don't think continuing a lie is good for your children. They're not being left out. The Most High will exalt them above heathens. Teach them right from wrong now. Train up a child the way they should go. And when they're of age, they shall not depart from it. But I'm going to tell you, it's really not about the children, is it? It's really about the parents' satisfaction and keeping a satanic tradition alive amongst their children because they were lied to. Easter.
Yep, all those holidays are satanic. Is somebody still watching?
The goddess of star, or the goddess of fertility. Right after that, instead of Passover, they have you worship this demon here, the goddess Ashtoreth. Here's the real Babylonian, a real Babylonian statue of this woman.
This is Easter. What's it really for? Not Christ, but that
who's supposed to have come down to earth and was part they claim part demigod, part angel, part woman being worshipped. And she hatched on the river Euphrates. Okay? She hatched on the river Euphrates, and that's the reason you have your children on the Easter egg hunt and doing what? Coloring their idols in respect to what? The goddess of fertility. You notice they aim all this towards children and make it fun for children? They do this on purpose. It's a systematic satanic PR move to move their satanic worships from one generation to the next. What day Easter falls on next year? Let's get it real quick. Easter 2017. Let's see the date on that. That's going to be, of course, on a Sunday. Sunday. See how they worship the sun? Has nothing to do with Christ. And every church is going to be packed worshiping the goddess Ashtoreth, who came to the earth and was supposed to have hatched on the river Euphrates Easter Sunday. Then a lot of these churches going to have for the children, you know what you're going to have, an Easter egg hunt. for Jesus. Okay? Then you're going to have churches this year who are going to have a Halloween party. You might as well do it under Jesus. Mm-hmm. Simple as the days old. Worshiping Satan in the churches. Right? So let's see. April what?
April 16th.
April 16th is coming this year. Now, why is these dates so important? Well, you ignoring the significance of these days according to what happens within the earth when portals for demons open up and connect with your politicians and your Satanists who actually lead the world under him. See? And what happens is they do certain events and all that on these days. It empowers them over the slaves. See? Now let's read April 16th here for next year for Easter. Right? Come on.
April 16th, known by its Celtic dedication as St. Pedern's Day.
St. Pedern's Day. Now look at this. They got this right here. St. Pedern's Day. Now, did they tell you anything about that? Right? Come on. Come on.
On this day, it was customary to begin weeding the growing crops.
Read the next one.
April 17th.
Read the 15th. Right before
15th.
that, because they do all these in succession. 15th, 16th, and 17th. Read the 15th.
April 15th. The old Roman festival of the goddess Tellus, often called Tellus Mater, or Mother Earth.
They worship Mother Earth during that time of year. See that? Who the Bible calls the Babylonian Queen Mother of Heaven, whom the Roman Catholics call today Mary. When Mary have nothing to do with this. Christ have nothing to do with this. Read.
Is traditionally devoted to the prayer for the continued health of our environment. Tellus is the matron goddess of all environmentalists.
Environmentalists who are also what? They called earthers. Let's do something for the environment. Let's look out for the environment or the earth. These are Satanists, brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. Okay? They're talking in code. So what they're saying for the environment, they love the environment or the earth more than people. So to save the earth, we must kill you. Do you agree with your own death? Yes, you do if you worship and follow their gods, which empower them over you. You are in agreement with your own death. Okay?